Hey there, it's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and today we're going to be breaking down the 101 of how to read a yarn label. So stay tuned. Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Kimberly and this is Knit for Brains, and today we're going to be talking about probably the most important ingredient that you need when you're making either a sweater or a blanket, something you're going to crochet and or knit. And that, my friends, is going to be the yarn. And understanding how to read the yarn label is going to tell you everything you need to know. So when you're making a blanket or a sweater or whatever it is that you're going to make, you're going to have most likely a pattern. Consider the pattern to be a recipe. If you're going to be making a cake, you need a recipe. You need to know what all the ingredients are and all the utensils. If you're going to make a blanket or a sweater or a project, you need to know what's included. Everything that you need to know about this yarn is going to be on this label. Now that is really speaking to specifically yarns that are from the US. If you get a yarn that's from another country, there's a good chance that either it's not going to have any information, the same information, or it's going to look a little bit different. So we're just going to be speaking about yarns that are manufactured or come from United States companies. The first thing we're looking at here is the weight of the yarn. This tells us the thickness, the density of the yarn. Now this is a standard size 4. 4 is probably one of the most, if not the most common size of yarn or weights of yarn that you're going to find. Moving down from there is going to be your 3s, your 2s, your 1s. Those are your really, really fine, thin yarns. Think of like a lace yarn or a crochet thread. When you move up past the 4, you're getting into more of your bulky yarns, your chenilles and things like that. But the most standard size is arguably going to be the number 4. So when you're looking at a pattern, you want to make sure that you're either using the yarn that pattern recommends, or if it says use a size 4, weight 4 of yarn, then that's what you're going to be using. The other thing you want to make sure you're looking at is the ingredients, the type of yarn that you're using. Now this one, for instance, is going to tell me right here 100% acrylic. Now some of your yarns might be 50% acrylic or 50% cotton, or it's going to have some silk or some wool blend. So again, best practice is to follow what your pattern says. If your pattern says to use a cotton or a blend or an acrylic, I would recommend that's what you're going to want to use, because you're going to want to have the best end result. And if this pattern is calling for something like a cotton, meaning it's not going to have a lot of give or stretch, or if it's going to call for an acrylic, meaning it's more washable, but maybe it's not going to be the best for garments, it's really going to depend. So the first thing you want to do is look at what your pattern is calling for and try to match up that yarn and the weight of that yarn as much as possible. This is 100% acrylic. This is great for blankets or homeware projects, things like that. Some people like to use this for garments. I typically, if I'm going to use an acrylic yarn for a garment, I'd like it to be blended with something like a wool or a cotton or a silk or a linen. The next thing we're going to look at here is the size of the crochet hook. So it's either going to have a crochet hook and or a knitting needle. So the first one, let's take a look at. It calls here for, it's recommended for a 5.5 millimeter or a US size I-9. So when you look at your crochet hook, you're going to look for something that says I-9 5.5 millimeter or something along those lines. So I know that this is the recommended hook size for this yarn. Now, if you notice that it's in the shape of a square, so what that tells me is what they're indicating is a swatch. Now, a swatch is like a sample that is recommended that you do before you start your project. So in other words, if I was going to do a swatch using this yarn, I would use the proper size hook that this yarn calls for. I would, here it says 12 single crochets, and it's going to give you a 10 by 10 centimeter size square. Or over here, it's going to give you the dimensions, which is a 4 by 4 inch square. It's also telling you here 15 rounds. So what that means is I'm going to use this hook. I'm going to use 12 single crochets across, and I'm going to do that for 15 rows back and forth. And if I've done it properly and the yarn is the proper size for the hook, then the finished square I'm going to have is going to be a 10 by 10 centimeter or a 4 by 4 inch square, which is going to be one and the same. Once you reach that and you know that that's the proper size, then you can move on with your project knowing that you've got the right hook and the right yarn. So similarly, over here, it shows you your knitting needles. So when it comes to using knitting needles, let's say that you're going to be knitting a project. This here is going to give you all the information. Now, once again, it's telling you this is going to be the size of the swatch, 10 by 10 centimeters, 4 inches by 4 inches. You want to do 17 stitches across and you want to do 23 rows using a size 5 millimeter or a number 8 US knitting needle. So here's my knitting needles here. Typically you're going to see the size of the knitting needle over here on the side or on the top. So right here I can see that this is a size 8 5 millimeter knitting needle. Now that tells me that I have the right size knitting needles for this particular yarn. So what I would do is make the swatch again, which is 17 single stitches across by 23 rows. And if I've done it properly and correctly, that's going to give me this 10 by 10 centimeter square or 4 by 4 inch square. Really important to do a swatch. A swatch is like a sample of what your project is going to look like. And not only are you going to be able to make sure that it's got the right size hook or the right size needles to go with this yarn, but you're also going to be able to see what this yarn does. For instance, this is a variegated yarn that I have here, as opposed to a solid, variegated in the colors. So you're going to have an idea, a sample, if you will, of what this yarn is going to look like with the different colors as we go along. This part of the label right here is telling you how to handle or treat the yarn once it's done. So what this is telling me here that I can machine wash this yarn in a warm, gentle cycle, and I can also put it in the dryer. I do not want to iron it, and I do not want to dry clean this yarn. These are universal symbols that tell me what I can do with this yarn once it's finished. Here again, it's telling me the ingredients or the contents of this yarn. This is 100% acrylic. Now, OEKO text is a standard, American standard that the yarn companies have to follow. Here again, on the side, you're going to see probably the name of the yarn. This one here is called Mermaid. And then here you're going to see the brand of the yarn here, how many yards. So this is also an important number here. So if you're working on a project, you need to know how much yarn you need. And maybe it's going to say you need 800 yards of something, or maybe you need 1,000 yards, whatever it is. I know that this ball here has 515 yards. So if I'm making something that needs 1,000 yards, I know I'm going to need 2 skeins of this. If I'm making a scarf or a shawl, it's only going to take 500 yards. I know that I have enough out of just the one skein. This also tells me how much it is in meters, and it also tells me how much it is in ounces or grams. Sometimes a pattern will say you need 10 ounces or a 50-gram ball or something along those lines. So that basically is giving you that information right there. Oftentimes, you will find a pattern. For instance, the pattern for this blanket right here is going to be located on the inside of the label. So you can just tear it off and you've got a pattern right here with you. Here again, it's showing you in a bigger size, the size of the knitting needle, which again is a 5 millimeter US size 8, or the crochet hook is going to be over here. Now this might indicate for this particular pattern, what it's telling you is that this is a knitted pattern. You're going to need that size 5 millimeter US size 8 needle. And in order to make this, you're going to need 5 balls in this particular color that they use. In this instance, they use crayon. This is called Mermaid. So if you wanted to follow this particular pattern, you pick up the yarn without having to tear off the label. You're getting your recipe, if you will, for this particular pattern using the 5 millimeter knitting hooks or knitting needles, the US size 8, which is the same. You need 5 balls of it. And to make this particular pattern, they use the number crayon. They use the color crayon box. Well, there you have it. Short and sweet, friends. This is how you can read a yarn label. Understanding how to read a yarn label and knowing what you're getting into with the yarn is crucial if you want your end project to look like it's supposed to. Please subscribe because we're going to be doing a lot more tutorials, a lot more reviews, a lot more fun information, and I'd love to have you join us. Thanks so much for watching. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains, and as always, I'll see you soon. Majority of your knitting or crochet projects are probably going to be using a weight of a 4. That's a very standard size yarn weight. So it tells you here, this is a medium size weight. It's a weight of a 4. So if your pattern is calling for, was weird.